The current market session for NUBURU Inc. shows the stock trading at 0.2152 as of the closing bell on Friday, December 19, 2025. This represents a solid intraday gain of 4.87% from its previous close of 0.2052. Looking at the day's action, the stock navigated a range between 0.2000 and 0.2260, backed by a significant trading volume of over 23 million shares. This level of activity is a sharp departure from the quiet sideways trading often seen in small-cap industrial tech, and it immediately signals that something is shifting beneath the surface of the blue laser specialist. While many retail traders might look at a 20-cent stock and see nothing but a penny play, the reality is that the company just locked in a massive $23.25 million financing deal that essentially resets its entire strategic board. This isn't just about survival, it is about a total pivot toward a high-stakes defense and security platform that the broader market hasn't fully priced in yet. Expectations for NUBURU have long been tethered to its identity as a niche manufacturer of high-brightness blue lasers for industrial welding. Investors typically viewed the company as a struggling hardware player trying to compete in a crowded manufacturing space where margins are thin and sales cycles are painfully long. The reality, however, is that management is aggressively moving away from being just a component supplier. They are transforming into a vertically integrated defense powerhouse. When you see the stock ticking up nearly 5% on a Friday afternoon, you are seeing the early movers react to a balance sheet that was recently described as distressed, but is now suddenly flush with enough capital to execute on 4 major acquisitions. This shift from industrial toolmaker to a multi-domain defense platform is the gap between what the public believes and what the actual filings are starting to show. If you're looking at your screen right now and wondering why a company with only 8 employees is commanding this kind of attention, you have to look at the volume spikes that occurred throughout the week. Institutional interest has been quietly building as NUBURU clears the hurdles of its transformation plan. We saw a similar pattern with NVIDIA stock when it transitioned from gaming to data centers, or how Tesla stock was once treated as just a car company before people realized it was a software and energy play. While the scales are vastly different, the pattern of a fundamental business model shift is the same. The market is currently trying to figure out how to value a company that is acquiring firms like Lycon for photonics and Orbit for mission-critical software. It is no longer just about welding copper, it is about building the brain and the muscle for the next generation of defense systems. Speaking of market platforms, many of you are likely tracking these movements on the Robinhood app or using Interactive Brokers trading tools to monitor the daily volatility. If you're using SoFi Invest or checking your individual brokerage account at Fidelity, you've probably noticed that small-cap tech has been a minefield lately. But the recent activity in NUBURU suggests a break from the general sector malaise. The stock had hit an all-time low of roughly 12 cents back in September, and since then it's been clawing its way back up. This current price point of 0.2152 is a significant psychological level. Breaking past the 20-cent mark with heavy volume suggests that the floor is being established by larger players who are looking past the current losses and toward the 2026-2028 defense contracts that are now within reach thanks to the new financing. Comment below how many shares of NUBURU you currently hold or if you are waiting for a pullback before you enter. When we look at the institutional activity, the execution of the first €2 million tranche for Tecne SPA is a huge piece of the puzzle. This Italian defense partnership isn't just a line item on a report, it is a bridge into the European military market. The expectation was that NUBURU would run out of cash before these deals could close. The reality is that the $23.25 million capital infusion from the recent securities purchase agreement has completely removed that immediate bankruptcy risk. For anyone using Schwab Intelligent Portfolios or other robo-advisors, these kind of micro-cap shifts often fly under the radar because they don't meet the market cap requirements for major indices. But for those doing self-investing, this is where the actual alpha is often found, in the messy transition phase where a company is being reborn. Let's talk about the business model for a second, because it is the core of this whole tension. NUBURU's foundational technology is the blue laser. In the past, they sold these lasers to manufacturers who needed to weld copper or gold for batteries and electronics. Blue light is absorbed much more efficiently by these metals than traditional infrared light, which means you can weld faster and with better quality. That was the old story. The new story is taking that same laser technology and putting it into directed energy systems, drone defense, and maritime security. They are essentially taking a high-end industrial tool and turning it into a tactical asset. This is why the acquisition of Liacon is so important. It gives them the clean room and manufacturing footprint in Europe to build these systems at a scale that a small Colorado-based firm couldn't achieve on its own. Most investing sites will show you a company with a net loss of over $20 million last quarter and tell you to run the other way. And if you're looking for a safe, dividend-paying utility, they are right. But the market isn't a snapshot, it's a movie. The movie for NUBURU has been a horror film for the last 2 years, but we just entered the third act where the protagonist gets a massive bag of resources. The dual CEO structure and the leadership of Alessandro Zamboni indicate a move toward a more sophisticated corporate finance approach. They aren't just trying to sell more lasers, they are trying to build a defense and security hub. This involves mission-critical software and advanced UAV platforms through their joint venture with Maddox Defense. For those who use Fidelity Wealth Management or have their long-term savings in Fidelity ETFs and Fidelity mutual funds, a stock like NUBURU is likely too speculative for a core portfolio. However, for a small slice of a Fidelity brokerage account or a Robinhood Investments portfolio, the risk-reward profile is starting to look very different than it did 6 months ago. The company recently restored its compliance with the NYSE American Exchange, which was a massive hurdle. Delisting would have been the end of the road. By staying on the exchange, they maintain access to the kind of liquid capital they just tapped into. It's a classic example of expectation versus reality. The market expected a delisting and a slow fade into obscurity. The reality was a compliance restoration followed by a massive capital raise. We have to address the macroeconomic pressures as well. The defense sector is currently seeing a surge in demand for counter-UAV technology and rapid manufacturing capabilities. The conflict environments we see globally today are proving that traditional, slow-moving defense contractors aren't always the best fit for the manufacturing-as-a-service model that modern forces need. NUBURU's plan to deploy production capacity directly into the theater of operations is an aggressive, high-margin strategy. If they can successfully integrate the software from Orbit with the hardware from Liacon and the mobility platforms from Techne, they won't just be a laser company anymore. They will be a systems integrator. That is a much higher valuation tier than where they are currently sitting. If you're doing online investing through the Robinhood app or SoFi active investing platform, you've likely seen the volatility that comes with these announcements. One day the stock is up 10% on a partnership news, and the next it's down 5% on a filing. This is where the Fidelity mobile app or the Interactive Brokers platform can be useful for setting up complex orders to manage that risk. The current trading volume shows that the weak hands are likely being shaken out, replaced by those who are betting on the 2026 amortization schedule of their new debentures. The fact that the debentures don't start monthly payments until March 2026 gives the company a critical window of about 15 months to integrate these acquisitions and start showing revenue growth that matches the new narrative. The historical performance of NUBURU is admittedly a tough pill to swallow. The stock has lost the vast majority of its value since it first hit the public markets. That historical weight is what keeps the price at 21 cents today. Investors who bought in early are looking at massive losses, and that creates a supply overhang where people are looking to sell as soon as they get back to break even. However, the current management has essentially rebuilt the company from the studs up over the last 12 months. They have a new board, a new strategy, and now, finally, the new capital to match. Comparing the NUBURU of 2023 to the NUBURU of late 2025 is like comparing two different companies that just happen to share the same name and ticker symbol. In the world of investment help and online investment advice, the consensus is often to stay away from anything under $1, but professional traders know that the most significant gains often come right before a stock crosses that $1 mark and becomes investable for larger funds. NUBURU is currently in that no man's land. It's too big to be a total ghost, but too small for the big Fidelity IRAs to touch it directly. This creates an opportunity for individual brokerage account holders who can tolerate the swing.